Hello students, this is Neha Mathur and today I am going to discuss with all of you Norton's theorem. Norton theorem is again like Thevenin's theorem. Norton theorem is also an important theorem which is basically used to solve any electrical network or circuit. So like network theorem, we have some steps or method which is basically used to solve such kind of difficult or you can say complex circuit to find current or voltage across any of the given circuit. So students, before starting this topic, consider to subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get updated for the upcoming videos. Now the first thing is why this theorem is said to be Norton. So as I told you in the last video about Thevenin's theorem, that again Norton theorems is itself indicating the name of the person given that particular theorem. So on behalf of this theorem is said to be Norton's theorem. Now the next thing is what is the statement for this theorem and why we are going to apply this theorem for any of the network. So according to this theorem, the simple statement like Thevenin's theorem, the Norton theorem states that any two-terminal electrical network or circuit can be replaced by equivalent circuit, and that equivalent circuit again consists two components. The first component is current source, which is known as Norton's current IN, which is connected in parallel with Norton resistance RN. So unlike VTH and RTH in Thevenin's theorem, here we have IN and RN. IN stands for Norton's current and RN across RN for Norton's resistance. But the difference for both these theorems is that VTH and RTH was connected in series, while here IN and RN is connected in parallel with load resistor. So this is the statement of the network Norton's theorem. Now the second thing is the proper representation of this theorem with the help of block diagram. So I am just mentioning a simple block diagram which is going to help you to understand how we are going to make a equivalent circuit for any electrical network circuit or network. So now see, just take it an example, not an example, just take it a block diagram that you have two terminal linear network. This particular network can consist any number of energy sources, what I am trying to say, any number of voltage or current sources with any combination of resistor. It may be in series, parallel or a mixed combination. So such kind of block is itself representing a complex, a simpler to complex network which contains energy sources as well as resistance. So that particular two-terminal linear network, if that network is connected with a load element, load means simply a branch across which you want to find the current or voltage. So this is your load terminal and this is your remaining circuit and the I current is flowing from the circuit. Now if you want to solve this circuit with the help of Norton's theorem, you will have to make an equivalent circuit, and that equivalent circuit is said to be Norton's equivalent circuit, and that circuit consists a current source in parallel with a resistance source. That current source is said to be IN and that resistance source is said to be RN, while your load is again going to be the same. So this complex circuit can be replaced with these two component, current source which is an energy source and a resistors in parallel with this. So this is the Norton equivalent circuit. Now again, how we are going to solve, how we are going to apply this theorem on any of the given circuit. So again for this you will have to follow some step like Thevenin's theorem. Again you have 4 steps. By following all these steps in a traditional manner, you will be able to find the voltage or currents across load of your circuit. So in order to tell you about how we are going to solve such circuits, I am taking an example because it will be easy to understand that particular theorem if I am going to apply that theorem on example directly. So now I am taking one example. See, this is the question, this is the circuit which is given, and you will have to apply Norton's theorem to solve this circuit, and the question is that you will have to find the current across this 40 ohm resistor. So the task is calculation of current for this 40 ohm using Norton's theorem. It's not necessary that you will have to apply Norton. I am again repeating, you can solve this circuit with any of the method with which you are comfortable, but I am trying to solve this circuit with the help of Norton's theorem. So again you will have to follow some steps. The step first, as per the step first, you will have to remove that particular branch across which you want to find the current or voltage. So you will have to make it open terminal. Which branch? The branch across which you want to find the current as per the concept of Norton's theorem. So after applying the step 1, you will have to make it open terminal of 40 ohm resistor. So your equivalent circuit after applying this will look like this. Terminal is open, that means this branch is eliminated, and your equivalent circuit will look like ऐसा. 20 volt, this is your 10 volt, 10 ohm and 20 volt. This is the circuit you obtained after applying step 1. Now the step 2 is like Thevenin's theorem. Here again you will have to find two components, two terms, which is your IN and RN. IN is Norton's current and Rn is Norton's resistance. So in second step I am finding IN, while in the third step I will find Rn. So now the task is the calculation of IN. What will be the method to calculate IN? See, it is simple calculation, and as per this step 2, what you will have to do, you will have to make this circuit, this open terminal, you will have to make it short circuit, and then you will have to find the current across this short circuit terminal. So the current across AB is your current across short circuit terminal, and that current is said to be IN. So in second step you will have to just take the diagram you are getting from the step 1, that was your diagrams like this, and you will have to make it short circuit, and now after step 2 your diagram looks like this. So this is your final diagram for your step 2, and see, you will have to find the current across AB. So I can say that your AB current is equals to the current you are getting from here. Similarly, the current you are getting from here. So let us assume that this is your I1 or I2. You can just reverse it, you can make it in your own direction. This depends on totally you. So your I1 is equals to voltage divided by resistance 1 ampere. Similarly, your I2 is equals to voltage divided by resistance. So it is again 1 ampere. So your IAB, that means the current across this terminal, is equals to I1 plus I2, because both are in same direction, direction I1 and I2. So it will be I1 plus I2 is equals to 1 plus 1, 2 ampere. So IAB, that means the current across this short circuited terminal, is your ISC, and this is your IN. So your IN is 2 ampere current. So what I am trying to say, the conclusion of the step 2 is that once you have done with the application of step 1, in which you just make the open terminal of your load across which you want to find the current. In the second step you will have to make that open terminal branch as it short circuit, so that you can find the current across that short circuited branch, and that is your IN as per the concept of Norton's theorem. Now the third step is, you have done with the calculation of IN, now the remaining component is RN. So you will have to find the RN, and for the calculation of RN, you will have to take the circuit coming from step 1, and it was your open terminal which you found in your first step. This is your 20 volt resistance with 20 volt battery. So to apply step 3rd, firstly you will have to pick the circuit from step 1, and this is the circuit from step 1. Now you will have to find RTH, and for the calculation of RTH, like Thevenin's theorem, you will have to eliminate energy sources from the circuit. Eliminate sources, and if your source is voltage source, then you will have to make it short circuit, while your source is current source, then you will have to make it open circuit. In this circuit you have two energy sources, and fortunately both the sources are voltage source. That means you will have to make it short circuit. So it is look like this, it is again look like this. If there is any current source in the circuit, then you will have to make it open circuit. Open circuit means you will have to remove that particular branch. Now the task is just find the RTH across this. So you can see that this 10 ohm resistance and this 10 ohm resistance both are in parallel. This 10 and this 20 in parallel. So your RTH is equals to 10 multiplied by 20 divided by 10 plus 20. So it will be 200 divided by 30, or you can say 20 divided by 3. This is your RTH. So now you have IN as well. Sorry. I did one mistake over here. That is, since we are applying Norton's theorem, so we cannot represent this like RTH. It will be RN. It will be RN. While in Norton's theorem, Thevenin's theorem, it will be RTH. The concept is same. The concept to calculate RTH and RN is same in both the cases, in both the theorems. To find the equivalent resistance, you will have to eliminate the energy sources. If the energy sources are voltage source, then you will have to make it short circuit, while if the energy sources are the current source, then you will have to make it open circuit. So the concept is same for both the theorems, but the representation is different for both the theorems. For the Thevenin's theorem, you will have to make it RTH, and for the Norton's theorem, you will have to take it RTN. So remember this point. Now you have both the values. You have IN, which was 2 ampere, you have RN. Now the last step, you will have to draw a proper circuit, and that circuit is called Norton equivalent circuit. Norton's equivalent circuit, like Thevenin's theorem, and that particular circuit consists two components. The first is your IN in parallel with RN, while the load branch remains the same, and in this question your load resistance is 40 ohm, and your RN is 20 upon 3, and your IN is 2 ampere. So this is your final circuit. This is your circuit, Norton's equivalent circuit. Now as per the question, as per the examiner, as per the question asked in the exam, you will have to find the value of current across this branch. This is the simplest circuit. So now you can see the comparison, that how you are going to reduce the complexity of the circuit. The question which I given you in the starting of the solution of this question, there were two energy sources, two batteries and three resistors, 10, 20 and 40 ohm, while two battery sources, 10 volt and 20 volt. While in the simplest circuits, you can see that the complexity is almost reduced. Now you have only one energy source, that is your current source, and two resistance. So this is basically this is the way that you are going to reduce the complexity of the circuit, so that you can directly apply or directly find the value of the current across any branch asked by the examiner. So now come with the final calculation, and the calculation is you will have to find the current across 40 ohm. I am dividing current, I am applying current division rule over here, and as per the current division rule, if the current is coming from over here, this current is divided in two branches, the first branch and the second branch. Since you want to find the current across this branch, so as per the rule of the current division, the rule is if you want to find the current across this, then you will have to take opposite resistance. So it will be 20 divided by 3 upon 20 divided by 3 plus 40 multiplied by main source, and this is your 2 ampere. So it will be 6.67 plus 40 multiplied by 2, 13.34 multiplied by 46.67 divided by. So you are going to find the answer, and it will be 0.286 ampere. So this is the current across this 40 ohm resistor. If you want to know for your curiosity that ma'am what will be the current of this 20 ohm resistor, then again you can apply current division rule, and according to current division rule, the current across 20 upon 3 ohm, you will have to take opposite resistor 40 divided by total resistance multiplied by current source. So this is your current across 20 upon 3 ohm. So students, basically these are the steps which you will have to follow if you want to solve your electrical network or circuit with the help of Norton's theorem. So after the completion of these two theorems, you will definitely be able to solve many number of questions related to networks theory. So I will suggest you to apply both the theorems on the circuits which you find from anywhere. Apply these theorems and you will be definitely able to solve such circuits. Only the thing is that just pick up one concept and then apply that concept on that question. Fine. So Norton's theorem, Thevenin's theorem, both are almost same, only the difference is the way of representation of their equivalent circuit. So this is all about Norton's theorem. I hope you are understanding the way I am trying to tell you. If you are following the concept, consider to subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get updated for the upcoming videos. Fine. Thank you.